Hello, 5th grade! I am Miss Dalke, and today I will be reading a book out loud to you guys. Today I won't be reading a chapter book. This is more of a children's book, but it has a lot of meaning behind it. And this is one of my very, very favorite elementary books, and I want to share it with you guys today. While we read today, I would like you guys to think about what you see and what you feel and what you wonder about the book. So today we're going to be reading Little Tree by Lauren Long. Once there was a little tree filled with little leaves. This one tree. There's a squirrel over here. Who was surrounded by other little trees who had little leaves of their own. What do you think's going to happen in this book? In the heat of long summer days, Little Tree's leaves kept him cool. The squirrels would climb up on his branches to play. The mourning dove landed in him and sang her fluty song. The little tree was sure to grow up big and strong. Fluty song. What do you think fluty song means? I think fluty song maybe means like a flute. So it maybe sounds like a flute or like a whistle. Autumn arrived and cool winds filled the air. The wind tickled the little tree as it passed through his branches and ruffled his leaves. What's happening? What do you think is happening? The colors on the trees look a little bit different. The air grew cold and the leaves on all of the trees changed color, becoming yellow, red, and orange. How does this make you feel? Does this make you think about fall and the season of fall and maybe Halloween? Then, one by one, the trees began to drop their leaves. But not Little Tree. He just hugged his leaves tight. I wonder why he's not letting go of his leaves. Why do you think he's not letting go of his leaves like all the other trees? "Hello, Little Tree," said a squirrel. "You're supposed to drop your leaves now." But Little Tree was unsure. What would he do without his leaves? Why do you think Little Tree is so worried about losing his leaves? Winter came. "What are you doing with leaves still on you?" asked the doe. Little Tree just hugged his leaves tight. I wonder what's gonna happen if he doesn't let go of his leaves. Springtime arrived and the little forest burst into life again. The other trees grew bright new leaves. The squirrels played in their branches. Little Tree could hear the mourning dove singing her fluty song. There's that word fluty again. But oh no, look what's happening. This deer right here kind of looks a little bit confused. The seasons continued to come and go. "Little Tree," quacked a duckling, "your leaves are brown. Are you feeling sick?" A fox said, "Little Tree, it's autumn. It's time for you to drop your leaves. You can do it. Ready? 1, 2... But the little tree just hugged his leaves tight. All around, the forest grew and grew. How do you think the little tree feels right now, not letting go of his leaves and seeing everyone else around him grow up like this? And he's just little right here. One summer, Little Tree could no longer feel the sunlight. The squirrels played high above on the broad, tall trees, and the mourning dove sang so far away that he could hardly hear her fluty song. Autumn came again. Leaves began to blanket the ground. He's still not letting go of his leaves, and they're letting them go for a second time, right? Little Tree looked up at the other trees, at their branches, reaching high into the sky. He remembered when the trees had all been his size. Has there ever been a time in your life where you have kind of felt like you've stayed the same and other people have maybe changed or grew? And how did that make you feel when everyone else was growing around you and you felt like you were just staying the same? So he remembered when the trees had all been his size. And then he let go. Wow, he's letting go of his leaves now. And his last leaf floated to the ground for the first time. Little Tree felt the harsh cold of winter. So now he kind of has to go through a struggle of something because he doesn't have his leaves anymore, right? Maybe that's what he was afraid of, being cold in the winter. But in time, something happened. Once there was a little tree. The end. So what do you think this story means as a life lesson? If you were to think of this story as a life lesson, what would you think it would mean? Do you think it's about maybe letting go? I think this book is about letting go and understanding that sometimes you do need to let some things go to keep growing and to keep changing and growing. And maybe you're going to make mistakes, or maybe you're going to have to go through something painful like being cold in the winter, but you're going to grow from that. And that's what I think that this story means, and that's why I like it so much. So thank you for reading with me today, 5th graders, and I hope that you learned a life lesson from this book today. Thank you.